What is the transcendent or second person in relation to the ICT?
Right? Notice what we're actually doing here. We're speaking about the lowest possible notion of knowledge that is possible to have, both in the sense of what does it mean to be objective? What does it mean to be subjective? What does it mean to be in a third person? What does it mean to be in a first person? And Ben, you asked about the third pole. Well, that would be the transcendent. It's not on a map. It's altogether elsewhere, right? In effect, the transcendent is infusing the immanent, but it's invisible to the omniscient, right? The relationship of peerage, the relationship of communication. This is a thing which is immanent in a different way than the idea of my firsthand experience. It's about the relationship itself. And in that particular sense, there's a quality of that which is not describable from either a first person or a third person perspective. The second person is an actual beingness, but it's not the kind of beingness that is essentially holdable from either a first person or a third person perspective exclusively. It is essentially altogether other than. It's its own ontological class and it has no name. So, in this sense, there's a reality to it because, in effect, if I were to give it a name, I would have moved it into the omniscient. And if I were to speak the name, I would be pretending that I had moved it into the immanent. But that's no longer the transcendent. So the transcendent is, but it can't be either described or experienced as itself. It can only be described and experienced in the projection. And this is a very deep truth. This is one of those things that to some extent we just have to account for. But the idea here is that when we're basically talking about the incommensuration theorem, we're basically talking about now, in this sense, the boundary between the known, the unknown, and the unknowable. The unknowable is the transcendent.